Oh, hi everybody. My name is Marcel Ernie with Ernie Racing News and the new channel, The Canadian Journalist. That's Canadian.journalist on the YouTube. It's just a small channel. Anyways, we're doing an update, a quick update on the E4701 petition in the House of Commons. This is the record-breaking petition. Never in all of history has a petition actually reached 300,000 signatures, and now 347,981. We are almost going to be at 348,000 signatures, and I'll have to do a live video when we're on the countdown to 350,000 and then 400,000 as one of you guys suggested. But what I want to talk about today is a comment from Ministry of Lies 3300. Let me read it to you guys. Sorry, it's in the morning. I just woke up. I must correct you. Trudeau is not a dictator. He's a traitor. He works for the WEF with a mission to destroy Canada as a sovereign state so they can turn it into part of the UN's one world government. That's the real reason why he won't quit. Trudeau wants to destroy as much of Canada as possible. You guys don't seem to get it. Only politicians who want to remain respectable in their own country would resign. But Trudeau expects to destroy Canada, so it doesn't matter if he's rivaled, because Canada isn't his country. You guys need to think logically, not emotionally. You might ask why, and the reason is because Trudeau wants to create a legacy for his bloodline. He's a megalomaniac, and such people always want a legacy as they know they don't live or reign forever. Trudeau's legacy is exceptional because he's tied to Pierre Trudeau, as well as Fidel Castro. Castro was Pierre Trudeau's favorite communist leader, and he was the first to congratulate Justin when he became PM. Justin, in turn, was the last statesman to visit Castro as the latter was dying. I will let you draw the lines, aside from acknowledging the gossip. By the way, I signed E4701 more than 10 days ago when I found out about it. Thank you. There was also another petition, E4623. Urgently implement Canada's expeditious withdrawal from the UN and all subsidiary organizations, including the WHO, the World Health Organization. I also signed. Links to both petitions are on the They Lied Canadian website. Just search for They Lied. Well, so thank you very much, Ministry of Lies 3300. I just searched for E4623, and here it is. E4623, Foreign Affairs, initiated by Doug Porter from Burnaby, British Columbia. I'm going to read the petition of the House of Parliament Assembly. Whereas Canada's membership in the United Nations and its subsidiary organizations, example, World Health Organization, WHO, imposes negative consequences on the people of Canada, far outweighing any benefits. Canada's agreement to participate in the UN and WHO Comprehensive Agenda 2030 undermines national sovereignty and personal autonomy. Agenda 2030 and its operational Sustainable Development Goals, SDG, Comprehensive Sexuality Education, CSE, UN Judicial Review, international health regulations, One Health and similar programs are being rapidly implemented, absent the awareness and consent of the people or their elected representatives. The SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals, have negative impacts on potentially every aspect of life, including religious and cultural values, familial relations, education, nutrition, child development, property rights, economic and agricultural productivity, transportation, travel, health, informed consent, privacy, and physical autonomy. Under the SCE, the Comprehensive Sexuality Education, publicly funded education institutions are damaging children while concealing information from parents. Normalization of sexual values and activities with regard to children are endorsed and enforced beginning at birth. Agenda 2030 and secretly negotiated amendments to the IHR could likely impose unacceptable, intrusive universal surveillance, violating the rights and freedoms guaranteed in the Canadian Bill of Rights and the Charter of Rights and Freedoms. And these sweeping impacts on public and private life serve the interests of UN and the WHO and unelected private entities, example, World Economic Forum, Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, International Planned Parenthood Federation, etc., while diminishing the health rights and freedoms of Canadians. We, the undersigned citizens and residents of Canada, call upon the House of Commons and Parliament Assembly to urgently implement Canada's expeditious withdrawal from the UN and all subsidiary organizations, including the WHO. This was opened on October 10th, and it's open for a lot longer. It closes on February 7th, so plenty of time for all you guys to get in there and sign this one. Also, it says the Member of Parliament is Leslie Lewis, and it's at 58,837 signatures. Let me refresh that before we move on. 58,842 signatures right now, and they have a breakdown. I read this earlier, and what's interesting, so Alberta say 13,000, British Columbia 11,000, Manitoba 23, New Brunswick 1,000, Newfoundland and Labrador 439, Northwest Territories 53, Nova Scotia 1392, Nunavut 19, Ontario 19,637, PEI 202, Quebec 4,962, then Saskatchewan 3,585, and Yukon 107. What's interesting here is Quebec, who was like at 0.4% of the voted population from the previous election, who joined the petition 4701. Let me quickly show you. Quebec at 17,000 in terms of their population. Well, I wonder if that's different from the other day. Versus Alberta 82,000, British Columbia 55,000, Ontario 139,000. So Saskatchewan just behind Quebec with a much smaller population. But so you go over here, and then Quebec actually has more votes than Saskatchewan. So how are people in Quebec knowing about this one in relation to the statistics of the audience, the voting population over Saskatchewan? So they are getting on these petitions on this website. So anyways, guys, I'm going to sign the petition. And you put your name, last name. Okay, so I filled out my name, my email, my phone number, Canada, British Columbia. I'm a Canadian citizen and resident. I acknowledge, understand, and accept the terms. I wish to receive email. I do. You don't have to. Sign. One last step. You will receive an email to validate your identity. You must click the link provided in order to do that. Commons petitions. House of Commons, December 18th. Yes. And then please confirm your support to complete the process. So here we go. We click that. There you go. Congratulations. You have completed the signature process for this petition. So there you go, guys. Make sure you get on there and sign the next petition. And one step closer to ridding Canada of our tyrannical controls of the WHO, the UN, and traitor Trudeau. Thanks for watching, guys. On to the next story.